This is a production of Off the Hook Sports with Dave Hooker.
He's Jacob Warren. I am Dave Hooker. We are going to talk about the expanded tight end role in Tennessee's offense. I'm sure Jacob's happy about that. And also, who's this Grant Williams guy that just keeps – I think he just scored for the Boston Celtics. And it's Monday when we record this. So, brought to you in part by our friend Michael Jacobs, a realtor in Knoxville for Exit Realty Pros. Listen, it's just not easy navigating this market right now. As a matter of fact, it's incredibly difficult. Well, MJ is clutch. He'll get you through that. You'll actually enjoy the process. So buying or selling a home, navigating that tough market, he can do that for you. And then Bassy Lawn and Garden brings you the Vol report as well. Bassy Lawn and Garden is right there in Cleveland, Tennessee. So I don't care if you're coming from Knoxville or Chattanooga, that's the place to go. When it comes to those absolutely fantastic Toro products, Toro, count on it. And they've got blowers, the whole 9 yards. They can take care of you. And they've got the zero turn mowers, the lawn tractors, and they've got a steering wheel if you need that as well. So Jacob Warren joins us now, and I was reading a column from Saturday Down South, a guy that I think a lot of, Mark Nagy. And he talked about some predictions on the offense, which I want to get your thoughts on those. But one, he said an expanded role by the tight ends. I think that's a testament to what you were able to show last year. What do you make of that prediction?
Yeah, I think that obviously for the past however long, the tight end hasn't been the biggest or even a very notable part of at least our offense. You know what I mean? Since I've been here, we've always kind of just been role players, and this is before I was even starting and playing, but just kind of been role players, made plays here and there whenever, you know, our number would get called on. But now, obviously last year we were able to go out and, you know, be a part of the, you know, first, second, third down offense, making catches on first down, making catches on third downs, you know, make big plays to move the sticks, or, you know, once we get into the red zone, being able to kind of utilize our size matchups, I guess, for our benefit. And so I think that just is the same way that the offense is going to get better first year to second year, and the whole team, I think that our tight end position is going to do the same thing. We're going to have a big leap from where we were last year to where we're going to be this year, just as far as production, as far as, you know, you guys seeing us with the ball in our hands, or you guys seeing us making big blocks. You know, it's all the same.
Yeah, and if I'm Jacob Warren, again, the Vol report brought to you by Bassy Lawn and Garden, Michael Jacobs, MJ, the Exit Realty Pros, again, with Bassy Lawn and Garden, they've got the Toro product, count on it. If I'm a tight end in this system, yeah, I'm very optimistic, because what I see a lot of times, I wrote a lot about Auburn last year. They were really, really heavy with the tight end, which is nice. And then I've seen other players, you know, Mike Leach at Mississippi State comes into mind, where he wants, I think, about 18 receivers on the field at a particular time. Right. So there's a really nice happy medium here in this offense, in my opinion, that it's not up to you to carry the load and play 85 snaps a game, but you are always a big part of the offense. That makes sense what I'm proposing there?
It does, yeah. I think me specifically with my body type, this is what's weird about our group right now, is that, you know, everyone is very different as players. You know, I'm very different from Princeton Fant. Obviously, he's a super freak, athletic, like crazy, strong, everything like that. And, you know, I'm athletic, I'm strong, I'm big, but we're just different animals. You know what I mean? So we play the game a little bit different. And so obviously the things they asked me to do as far as, you know, having my hand in the dirt, or, you know, being that lead blocker, you know, we all have to do it. I guess what I'm trying to get at is we all have our strengths. And then there's the parts of the game where, you know, I mean, you're asked to do just about everything. So we're all having to develop our weaknesses, so that, you know, I mean, I started off as a pass catcher in high school. Like, that's pretty much all I did in high school. So I've developed that side of my game, which a lot of people don't understand. But you know, developing that run blocking, pass blocking mentality, like, we're asked to do everything now. So like you said, it's not like I can just, in Mike Leach's offense or someone else's offense out in the Pac-12, I can just go out there and line up a receiver every play and just catch balls. But, luckily it's not like the ground and pound, I mean, like they do up north and like Auburn might do with their tight ends where I got my hand in the dirt 24/7. So, yeah, it's a lot that they ask, but I think that's what we want to be. We want to be 3 down tight ends. We can do everything.
Nah, it's one of the reasons I want to talk to you this year, just because I find it to be a very important position in this offense because of the versatility. It would be one thing if they just ask you to block all the time. It'd be another thing if they just ask you to run around and get open all the time. But this is a little bit different. Okay, so Mark Nagy, who I mentioned at Saturday Down South, he wrote a couple of predictions, way too early predictions for the 2022 season. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So they're usually optimistic, so you're probably going to agree with most of them, and that's fine.
Yep.
But I'm going to throw them at you. Hendon Hooker will be one of the SEC's most efficient quarterbacks. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that I agree with that. You?
100%.
Okay. I don't have any doubt on that one. Jabari Small rushes for over 1,100 yards.
I would love that. I think we're gonna have a lot of depth. I think Jabari will have an amazing season. I think we'll have a lot of depth also to where, some of those carries that he might need to get to 1,100 are going to be pushed to other guys. So I think depth there might be the limiting factor, but I think Jabari has it in him. I think he can, and he will, and he should.
Yeah, I love that guy. I think 1,100 is a good number. Yeah. Cedric Tillman will lead the SEC in receiving.
I wouldn't doubt it. I mean,
you're with it.
Yeah, I'm with it. He's the dude. Like, he's really good, and when he's going to be surrounded by all types of other weapons. So if he doesn't, then somebody else on the team will, because they're going to be focusing so much on him. But we'll talk about that another day.
Okay, so the next one was tight ends, and I'm going to jump by that. And then there was an ad for some sort of fishing lures, so I want to ask you about that. But you do fish. So hey, you're fine there. I'm a businessman first. All right, so
we're going fishing later too, so we can talk about fishing if you want.
Did you go over the weekend?
I did, yeah. I went yesterday.
Did you catch anything?
I caught a bunch. So I like catching like little bluegills, sunfish and stuff.
Yeah.
Caught like 23 of those. Caught like 4 or 5 bass. So it was a good day.
Do you cook them or you throw them out?
I throw them back.
Oh. Send them down here, and there's a Chattanooga feast waiting for you. I mean, my wife will do it all, but
right.
Jaylen Hyatt will double his receptions. Mark writing, it's not that Jaylen Hyatt has struggled. It just feels like there's so much more that he can contribute as he enters his third season. Hyatt went from 20 catches in 2020 to 21 grabs in 2021. I could see him jumping up. I think 40 is a good goal. I don't know that he gets there, but I could see it being a possibility.
Yeah, Hyatt's taking the steps this spring to become like that guy that we need there in the slot. So I don't see why he couldn't double his production just with his, attention to detail and the way that he's approaching this season.
This is maybe a little bit of a touchy subject, so I'll let you handle it how you'd like to. Tavon Jackson will move to second on the depth chart. Of course, we know Joe Milton won the starting position last year. Mm-hmm. We didn't like the way a lot of fans, that's stuck in their mind, the way he it jumped out of bounds with no time left against Ole Miss. So obviously that's something that Tennessee fans are going to struggle to get out of their mind. But I'm not going to ask you who's going to be second. I don't think that'd be fair to you. But Tavon Jackson and Joe Milton, can you kind of give me an update as to how they're progressing in the offseason?
Yeah. First thing I'll say, I think you understand this. That play is not going to change whether the fact that he starts or whether he's a backup or not. I think that a lot of fans don't understand that. But like the quarterback battle is never ending. It's ongoing. It'll last forever, throughout the whole season. And I think that Tavon has come in and has done a good job of kind of just learning and being there to listen to Hendon and to Joe. And like I said, like on here before, whoever's back there, like we're rocking with them, like we're good to go. We trust them. We believe in them. So yeah, like I'm not going to tell you who's going to be the second string because it's not my job to pick who's going to be second string. But like the rightful person will be the backup, and they're going to keep working. It's not like Joe's just going to come and just let them come in there and take it. So it's going to be a competition, and I think they both know that and they both appreciate that. And like I said, like they all love each other. They all love being around each other and just working together. So at the end of the day, it's just a matter of who works hard and who goes and gets it.
I want to ask you something big picture philosophically. Is it Hendon and or Joe's responsibility to get other quarterbacks ready? So we're going to get to that first. Brought to you by Bassy Lawn and Garden. Bassy Lawn and Garden in Cleveland, open 6 days a week, year round. They have EETC certified technicians, state-of-the-art service facilities with parts and service for over 28 brands. Commercial, residential, zero-turn mowers, lawn tractors, commercial wide area mowers, Toro's new zero-turn mower with a steering wheel, trimmers, blowers, edgers, hedge clippers, sprayers, seeders, chainsaws, generators, pressure washers. I know a lot come from Chattanooga, a lot come from Cleveland, but if you're in Knoxville and you have any interest in investing in a fine machine, whether it's commercial or just residential, you owe it to yourself to look up Bassy Lawn and Garden. And also, don't forget Clutch. She's MJ Michael Jacobs. This is a crazy realty market. Michael Jacobs of Exit Realty Pros will certainly take the stress out of the market and get you in the right home. So now this is different. That's why I love talking to you. So this is different because you'll get it. This is different in the NFL and college. It's different.
First thing I thought about. That's the first thing I thought about when you asked the question.
Okay, so it's different in college and high school. Yeah. So, but Ron Tannehill came back from his fishing vacation while they were picking players in the NFL draft, and he came back and he said, "It's not my responsibility to help a younger player." I am totally 50-50 on that because I get what he's saying. It's his responsibility to be better for the team every minute. I take the emotion out of it of replacing my backup. That's never bothered me. I've had some incredible proteges that I've worked with that are working all across the media industry. So I've never been concerned about that. But I do understand to some extent what he's saying. His job is to be the best quarterback he can be. It's not to get person A, B, C ready. What are your thoughts on that type of take? And how do you handle it? How do quarterbacks in college handle it?
Yeah, so starting off with the situation, I think, like you said, the only way that, at least for me, it makes sense is just to be 50-50 on it. Like if you look at it from his point of view, obviously, like that's his job. That's his livelihood. That's how he takes care of his family. And that's how he has stability and just in his life, right? Financially. So naturally, he's not going to jeopardize that, or he's really only going to focus on like you said, bettering himself, being the best quarterback he can for the team. If you look at it from an outsider who's like, you add emotion to it and you add, relationships and connections and stuff, it's like, yeah, okay. Why would you not want? And this is where I think it belongs more on the college level.
Okay.
Like we're all here together. We're truly all a part of this team because we chose to be a part of the team and because we believed in the culture of the team. And I think that creates more compassion, more relationships, more, I guess, just care for each other. So naturally, that's going to lead to, a starting quarterback wanting to make sure that a young quarterback learns everything that he can so that when that starting quarterback leaves, the university that the quarterback cares for and loves so much is in good hands, right?
Right.
That aspect, that dynamic, I don't think exists very much in the NFL, just because it is a business, just because there's money on the line, there's politics involved, all that stuff. So with that being said, it is, as the leader of the Tennessee Vols, Hendon's responsibility to make sure everyone else is coming along well. Just like it's my job as a leader of the tight end group and a leader of the offense to make sure that all my tight ends know what to do, know the best way to, what footwork to take, or how to keep their shoulder square in pass protection. How to read a particular option route, whatever it may be. Like as a leader, with nothing else involved or invested other than just the fact that I care about this place and that I want this place to be as good as possible. Then it is my responsibility as a leader to help the others along. If that makes sense.
It's just 100% nailed it on the answer. I've seen the opposite. I have seen quarterbacks concerned about their own playing time, look out for themselves.
Right.
There is no way for that not to create a negative filter
Yeah.
across the team. I've seen it happen throughout a season.
Yeah. That divides the team, and that's what we're not trying to do. We're trying to keep the team cohesive and together, and that's the way that we go and be successful on Saturdays. Is if everyone, offense, defense, backup quarterback, starting quarterback, everybody's on the same page, and that's not possible if everyone's being individuals and just worrying about their own success.
Yeah, I want you to do really well on a personal level because it obviously helps our podcast and vignette. So
But that's the thing too. That's the thing too, is you want me to do well on a personal level. Like Tavon doesn't want Hendon to do bad just because he wants to get a shot. Joe doesn't want Hendon to do bad so that he can go in the game. Like Joe wants to see Hendon be a Heisman candidate and win the Heisman and be the best quarterback in the nation, be the highest efficient. He wants all that for Hendon, which is what's great about just that room, is that they're not selfish. They understand like we just want to put the team in the best position, and that's what's great about that room. And I think everyone else sees it and appreciates it.
we should have called this the Warren Report, like the old Watergate report that came out. That's way, but the Warren Report was a bit. That would be awesome. Too late. We've already got the graphics. So the you guys will. Last thing, you guys will surpass 39.3 points per game this upcoming season, according to Saturday Down South. I will go ahead, and I don't make a lot of money, but I'll put a week's paycheck on that.
Yeah, stamp it.
Stamp it. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, we will talk to you next week and enjoy the break. I know you get about 3 weeks off or so in between these different segments of football. So coming up next will be summer drills, which are always so interesting because the players put them together and they can be as physical as you want them to be, or they can be you go through the motions thing. And I get the feeling that this team is a let's go out and bust it sort of team. Again, this Vol Report with Jacob Warren brought to you by Bassy Lawn and Garden and Michael Jacobs of Exit Realty Pros, making the house market navigation easy for you in Knoxville, and Bassy Lawn and Garden and making that gardening easy. My wife was in the front and backyard doing gardening. Skeleton, how much do you think I helped Jacob? That would be a goose. That's exactly correct. I'm willing to admit that one of us is more white collar than the other. We had a landscaping company. I did the grunt work. She told me where to plant everything, but that was about 25 years ago. All right, for check Jacob out at jwarren808. Is that 8? Yeah, that's 808. And check me out at the Dave Hooker, and we will talk to you next week and look forward to it. The Vol Report brought to you by Bassy Lawn and Garden and Michael Jacobs of Exit Realty Pros.